gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, shout around? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
But even as violent crime reportedly decreases, the number of cold cases in the U.S. have been on the rise. In Philadelphia, it's been 4 years since a man was found gunned down in his own home. His killer is still on the loose tonight.
So they love saying violent crime is decreasing. And yeah, I mean, numbers-wise, it might be decreasing from 2022 numbers or 2020 numbers or, 2023 numbers, but ever so slightly, right? The fact that they love to gaslight us by saying, oh, well, violent crime is decreasing is straight BS. I don't think it's actually decreasing. I think it's actually increasing. I think criminals are getting more emboldened. I think crime is being reported on less. And I think people are getting away with more nowadays. So it's very interesting that the media continues to parrot this idea that violent crime is decreasing when that's not what we're seeing on the streets every single day.
As his family demands justice. Here is Rick Williams with tonight's Crime Fighters Report.
44-year-old Barry Torrance loved roller skating.
He taught all the kids how to skate, and nieces and nephews and the kids in the neighborhood. He took them skating every weekend.
His passion evident even on his headstone.
All the kids, they just couldn't wait to get Barry. Are we going skating this day? They're calling, is he working? Are we going skating?
His Aunt Deborah also says Barry had a strong work ethic.
He loved construction. He worked for the Post Brothers for 2 years, never missed a day of work.
She says that's what makes the call they received on Monday, October 26th, 2020, so hard.
His job called us and told us that he had 2 no-call, no-shows, and we couldn't believe it because we knew that wasn't him.
Deborah says she had just been with Barry that Friday, October 23rd.
Wow. So obviously this is a cold case that has never been settled, and we get a lot of these in the black community. This is something that is a norm because of the no snitching rule, the no snitching policy. The street code is in full effect after every single murder. Okay? So this is something that we are used to and are fighting against, but there are entities at work, I'll say, that don't want this message to be acknowledged, that don't want this message to be understood and broadcasted on the main stage. So, people just kind of forget about these people who lost their lives to gun violence, gang violence, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it these super gremlins on demon time. A lot of these people just get their cases get swept under the rug.
Family members went to his house along the 4800 block of Westminster Avenue in West Philadelphia. They found him in a second-floor front bedroom, shot to death. The family says the motive appears to be robbery.
He took the truck. They took all the stuff out the house.
Police say there was no forced entry.
He let you in, so he had to know you. So it had to be very personal that he knew you to let you in his house.
The city of Philadelphia is offering up to $20,000 in reward money for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the person responsible. All you have to do is call the Citizens Crime Commission at 215-546-TIPS. All calls will remain anonymous.
We pray every night. We pray about this. We just want a little closure.
For Crime Fighters, I'm Rick Williams for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. The investigation continues into an explosion of gunfire on a southwest Philadelphia street. And Action News was on the scene when more shots were heard nearby. At least one person is dead. Tonight, neighbors say they are living in fear of the unrelenting violence. Action News reporter Caroline Goggin is following the story. She's live outside of Philadelphia Police Headquarters with more. Caroline.
Well, Rick, these two shootings in Southwest Philadelphia, they happened within a few blocks of each other, within an hour of each other this afternoon. 4 people were shot. We know at least one of them has died. And tonight, Philadelphia police are investigating whether these two shootings are connected, and they're looking for whoever is responsible. It was a violent afternoon along a stretch of Southwest Philadelphia. As police responded to one shooting, we heard shots just a few blocks away.
Okay, so according to the news, violent crime is on the decline, yet Philly is having multiple days where they have multiple shootings and 3 separate incidents, within a few blocks from each other. It's absolutely ridiculous. They're trying to gaslight us, telling us that, oh, it's on the decline. Yeah, right.
Officers ran to respond to the second scene. But let's begin with the first. Philadelphia police say 2 people were shot on Wheeler Street around 4:15.
And I just want to acknowledge this, just run it back. You have an officer running toward the gunfire. Let's see that again, because the community loves to say you got these racist cops and and they don't care about the community. You have this man is running toward the gunfire. He obviously cares about the community a lot more than, apparently a lot more than the average black male citizen in the community, right? Because he's running toward the gunfire, trying to stop the violence, while a lot of these super gremlins will keep their mouths shut when they see something, have no respect for authority, law enforcement, will not cooperate whatsoever, and that's why we're in the situation we are today. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Begin with the first. Philadelphia police say 2 people were shot on Wheeler Street around 4:15. A 29-year-old man was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The other victim, a 34-year-old woman, was killed. A crime scene was established on Wheeler and at the corner of 71st and Elmwood, where police were focused on this car with some of its windows shot out.
It's very unfortunate. I just don't know what we're going to do.
When you walk out your door, you don't know what's going to happen.
An hour later, as we were on the first scene, gunshots prompted a second, about a half-mile away. Police say a man had been driving on 72nd Street near Passyunk Avenue.
Got out of his vehicle and started shooting in the direction of the pizza restaurant across the street.
Police say in front of the pizza shop, they found a man who had been shot in the leg. He was rushed to the hospital and is in stable condition. They say another victim later showed up at the police station with a wound on their face.
That person stated they were driving on Passyunk Avenue when they were struck by something.
Steps away from the second shooting, Valerie Scott has owned this daycare for 20 years.
I have witnessed so many people fight in front of my daycare, stabbed in front of my daycare. It's really sad. The days and times that we're in today is horrible.
Okay, but who'd you vote for, though? Who'd you vote for? I'll wait. I mean, it never fails. The same people who are complaining created the problem.
My daycare, it's really sad. The days and times that we're in today is horrible.
And again tonight, Philadelphia police are still investigating whether these 2 shootings are connected. They tell us that this time no arrests have been made and no weapons have been recovered. We are live outside of Philadelphia Police Headquarters. I'm Caroline Goggin, Channel 6 Action News. Rick.
Caroline, thank you.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Morning, we are tracking that breaking news from Cleveland's east side. We have confirmed at least 1 person is dead and several others have been injured in multiple shootings. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Brookbank.
And I'm Tiffany Tarpley. Those shootings happening just minutes apart. Mike Holden joins us live this morning from the 5th District Police Station.
And, this potentially was in the makings of being a mass shooting if it was all at the same time in the same location, but it appears that these are 3 separate shootings, all within a few blocks from each other. So very disturbing here, what we have going on in the community, where you can't decipher one from another when it comes to these shootings.
And with the latest on what happened here, good morning, Mike.
Mike, Tiffany, good morning to you. Those crime scenes all cleared over the last hour to hour and a half, so we came here to 5th District Police Headquarters, where we are now working to get you the latest developing details. As you mentioned off the top of the show, we have confirmed 1 person is dead, at least 2 others wounded. At last check, no arrests, but you have to consider this all played out roughly 30 to 45 minutes apart in that same general area. But News 5 stayed just past the crime tape and followed investigators as they pieced together this deadly shooting. Police shut down the area of Superior and East 110th Street after a body was found in the road there. That area remained closed until just before 5 this morning. No arrests in that incident. Then, just 20 minutes later, we followed police as they processed this area. Police were called to the area of Cleveland Road, right near St. Clair. 1 person shot in the leg here. They are said to be okay. Finally, in that last 30-minute stretch, right around 2:45 this morning, police rushed to the area of Calcutta and Waterloo for multiple gunshots. They moved in and found a man shot. He is expected to survive. At last check, though, no one is in custody. Now back out here live this morning, if you are just joining us, we know 1 person is dead, at least 2 others wounded in these shootings that played out roughly 30 to 45 minutes apart. Again, all in that same area. Mike and Tiffany, the big question this morning is, are all of these incidents connected? At this point, it's not clear, but we'll continue to check in with Cleveland Police, and as soon as I get an update, I'll break back in. Back to you.
We know it's going to take some time for them to piece all of this together. Thank you, Mike.
We're following a developing story out of Southwest Philadelphia. Officers are investigating a quadruple shooting there. 1 person died, 3 others were wounded right around 6:30 this evening along South 51st Street. 3 of the victims are teenagers.
Oh, wow. So they are constituting it as a quadruple shooting. So, I mean, this might be a mass shooting. I mean, it's 4 or more shot. But it looks like they were exchanging gunfire. So may not, you know, fall under that FBI categorization. But hell, in my book, this is a mass shooting. Whether they were trading gunfire or not, 4 people got shot, 1 person died. To me, this is a mass shooting.
News reporter Katie Catro joins us live at the scene tonight, where police are still investigating. Katie.
Walter, that's right. And we just got an update from police. They do believe that this was some sort of a graduation party. And that's when they say a drive-by shooting occurred. At this point, police say they have another scene added to their list of investigations. They do believe that someone went inside of that home. And now that has also become part of their investigation tonight.
Wow.
There were several people that were shot by gunfire.
4 people were shot just after 6:30 p.m. on the 1000 block of South 51st Street. Of the 4, police say an 18-year-old man is dead after he was shot in the face.
Wow.
Also shot are a 23-year-old man and a 17-year-old boy, both in stable condition.
So mostly all teenagers, damn near, besides the 20-year-old. Where are the parents? Right? This is what I'm talking about with these fatherless homes. This is what these young black men with no guidance become. Unfortunately, it's so difficult to pry these young ninjas away from the streets, because it's the most glamorous, most lauded position that you could be in the black community, a real street ninja. That is the highest honor that you can get as a black person to other black people, and it's sad. These super gremlins are
a
demon
17-year-old boy was shot 4 times throughout his body. He's in critical condition.
It does appear that shooting occurred from both sides of the street. It's unclear who, if any, of the gunshot victims were actually individuals who were shooters themselves. That's still under investigation at this time.
As police investigate, you can see a number of marked shell casings.
The crime scene consists of at least 25 or 26 spent shell casings on both sides of the 1000 block of South 51st Street. About 20 shell casings were found on the west side of the street, and an additional 6 to 7 shell casings were found on the east side of 51st Street.
Police say there was a family gathering at a home on the block with a lot of people inside.
To what degree that attracted what led to the shooting, it's
Yeah, I mean, I would I would probably say it's to the highest degree that attracted the shooting. I've told you guys about the large gatherings in the community. They should be forbidden at this point, and not forbidden by the government, not forbidden by some, you know, entity, some overarching entity, you know, of the state. No, it should be forbidden within the black community until we get our ish together.
Unclear at this time. Based on the information that we have thus far, no one inside the home was shot. However, given the crossfire, several homes on both sides of the block were struck by gunfire, as were several parked cars.
Now, police say one weapon has been recovered, but no arrests have been made. Police are still out here late tonight looking for clues. Reporting live in Southwest Philadelphia, Katie Catro, for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Walter?
Okay, Katie, thank you.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.